You know what really grinds my gears? YouTube brags about steering viewership towards authoritative sources when it comes to current events and news. If you search something news related, the first page or two, it's going to be CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, ABC, mainstream media, authoritative sources. Now, this doesn't just affect me and it makes it very hard to grow a YouTube channel when I'm competing with YouTube shoving CNN down your throat. This also affects you. In today's video, we cover Andrew Cuomo's negligent homicide of over 10,000 senior citizens. Now, I've been screaming about this for months, but YouTube's not going to recommend my channel. I'm not authoritative. But now, it seems like the number is upwards of 13,000 unnecessary deaths, and the mainstream media just can't avoid it. CNN, the New York Times, they're all pointing their fingers at Andrew Cuomo. If only YouTube would have recommended channels like mine, people would have known about this earlier. Shame on you, YouTube. Before we take a look at some of the articles that are now denouncing Andrew Cuomo, we gotta do two things. First, hit the like button, subscribe, come on. Second, we gotta refresh our memories on how the media treated Cuomo. Like a hero, like an example, like a leader. Take a look.
David, we're standing by for Governor Cuomo's press conference, his daily briefing. How would you contrast Cuomo and President Trump's handling of the crisis?
Truth versus mendacity.
Governor Cuomo out there day after day after day, everything Trump isn't. Honest, direct, brave.
Real leadership of the kind the President of the United States should have provided.
Governor Cuomo is clearly living in a totally different reality, the actual one, than the President of the United States.
Governor Cuomo has become a national leader.
For a lot of people, Andrew Cuomo has become the leader of the Democratic Party.
He is conveying incredible strength.
You spoke to National Guard troops today in a stirring speech that, if I wasn't listening carefully, I thought you were sending soldiers off to war.
This has been a remarkable show of leadership by Governor Cuomo in recent days. He's providing hope, but not false hope.
Governor Cuomo, I think, is one of the heroes on the front lines.
With all of this adulation that you're getting for doing your job, are you thinking about running for president?
Andrew Cuomo, who has a daily television show now and has become in some ways the shadow president.
Maybe Trump is just a little bit mad that Governor Cuomo has become a kind of acting president.
Dealing with hardship actually makes you stronger. That's what Governor Cuomo said earlier today. That's what I'm going to go teach my kids right now at home.
I feel bad for his kids, man. Seriously. Imagine having Brian Stelter as a father. From Brian Stelter's own CNN, the story keeps getting worse for Andrew Cuomo on the virus. Yeah, it really is. Now, I'm not going to read you the story because it's going to say the same things as this one. The New York Times. New allegations of cover-up by Cuomo over nursing home virus toll. In a private conversation, the governor's top aide admitted that data was withheld in nursing homes, where more than 10,000 New Yorkers have died during the pandemic. Now, I'm not going to read you the whole thing, but I'm going to read you my favorite parts. The Justice Department never formally opened an investigation, according to Ms. DeRosa, but the intense scrutiny of the governor's record of nursing homes has struck at the core of his carefully cultivated image as a competent chief executive with a deference to facts, as embodied by the daily news conferences that he held early in the outbreak. Mr. Cuomo even published a memoir about his work on the pandemic before the ending, offering leadership lessons. How psychotic do you have to be? Just 2 weeks ago, the state's Attorney General, Letitia James, who has been an ally of the governor, in a damning report accused the Cuomo administration of undercounting virus-related deaths connected to nursing homes by the thousands. I've been saying this for months. I'm going to show you. Democrats, both in the state Senate and Assembly, met privately on Friday afternoon to discuss whether the legislature should curtail the emergency powers that have allowed the governor to set virus-related restrictions and gain them full control over the vaccine rollout. No immediate action was expected. These people are just thinking, hey, maybe we should take over the emergency powers that made Andrew Cuomo a dictator. You think? The man's incompetent. Maybe evil, but I'm going to go with incompetent because I don't like to think people are evil. I like to think they're fucking idiots. Crucial information should never be withheld from entities that are empowered to pursue oversight. Andrew Stewart Cousins, the Senate Majority Leader and the Democrat, said in a statement before the meeting, adding that she would discuss next steps with her conference. Condemnation was even louder from Republicans who seized on the remarks as evidence of duplicity or even criminality. Yes, thousands of people died for no reason. While the state has acknowledged that the pandemic tore through nursing homes last spring, Mr. Cuomo's health department had refused to reveal how many nursing home residents had died after being hospitalized, saying such information was difficult to compile and verify and was being carefully audited. Mr. Cuomo has also repeatedly tried to blame the nursing home issue on former President Donald J. Trump and political partisanship, and has pushed back on hard allegations of a cover-up, simultaneously saying that his administration was committed to facts and suggesting, after some additional data was released, that statistics were besides the point. How is this the orange man's fault? Is the horrible way you rolled out the vaccine in New York that you ended up throw doses away? Is that the orange man's fault too? Because it seems to be working a lot better in other states, my friend. My dictatorial friend. Now, before we move on to America's favorite doctor, I want to leave you with a wonderful quote from dictator Cuomo. We're below the national average in number of deaths in nursing homes, but who cares? Mr. Cuomo said late January, arguing that the percentages were unimportant. Died in a hospital? Died in a nursing home? They died. You fix the books. You should go to jail. And you know who? Now, I'm not going to say this guy needs to go to jail, but this guy needs to be removed from his position because do you guys remember what Fauci said that Cuomo was doing the right thing and he was the model for America? Virus News. Dr. Fauci says New York did it correctly. Kill all the elderly people, then hide the stats. And then, when Cuomo was saying, before the second, wave, he was saying, look, our numbers are, even Fauci was saying, the numbers are down in New York. They did the right thing. Excuse me, sir, excuse me. Everybody died that could have died. The virus rampaged through your city. And now you're saying, oh, look, no more new numbers. No more new cases. Yeah, they're all dead. They're all dead. And if you want to see that I've actually been talking about this for a while, these are all my Cuomo videos. This channel is 5 months old. These are all my Cuomo videos. And look at this one. Andrew Cuomo undercounted nursing home deaths. February 1st. So, at the very least, I beat CNN and the New York Times by 2 weeks. To summarize, Andrew Cuomo passed a law that sent virus patients to nursing homes. A lot of people that shouldn't have got infected. A lot of people that shouldn't have died. Over 13,000 people. And it's all Cuomo's fault. Is it negligent homicide? Maybe. You're going to have to ask a lawyer. And I'm not a lawyer yet. A couple more months. Now, why did he do this? Is it sheer incompetence? Or was it to hurt the orange man politically? I gotta hope he's not that cynical. I gotta hope he's just that incompetent. But I don't know. Comment your opinions down below. If we learned one thing of this whole situation, it's this. I beat CNN and the New York Times to the punch. So like, subscribe. Thank you. See you next time.